All right, gamers, I have a special treat 5 minute video. Final Fantasy Part 3 has finally dropped. Name drop, trailer drop, Vincent battle drop, Sid battle drop. It is absolutely going off. So I am pumped. Like, if for anyone who knows me, obviously FF7 Cloud is my normal username for everything. This is the high wind is here. Wait till you see the videos. This 5 minute clip I haven't even watched yet. I wanted to watch it with you guys. I've watched the other 2 minute clip quickly. There is one scene on the high wind that is absolutely epic. I love it. But let's jump in. We'll push play. I'll pause it at the end. We'll have a chat. Maybe we'll rewind. We'll come back over it. We'll try to break down a little bit of it. But it's pretty much, I just wanted to share this moment with you guys. Hey, Hazza, how are you, bud? I'm going to get rid of my ugly mug because for the cinematic, I don't want anything ugly on screen, if you get what I mean. So let's get rid of my face. Boom, I'm gone. I'm going to leave my voice in the background so you can hear me gasp like a little child. But I will see you all in about 5 minutes, 19 seconds.
Long story short, the world's in trouble.
So what are we waiting for? Let's give Sephiroth the beating of a lifetime.
As we reunite with our heroes, the meteor looms in the skies above, a constant reminder of your mission, and the grave threats you'll confront as you embark upon your journey and face the epic conclusion of the remake series. Aboard the Highwind, your very own airship, and the pride of the Shinra fleet, you'll take to the skies and witness our most expansive open world yet. From the outskirts of Midgar, to the sun-drenched Mideel Archipelago, to the warrior nation of Wutai. Simply pick a direction and set sail. But how can you be expected to protect the whole world at once? You'll need to cover ground fast.
I am not jumping. No way, no how.
Don't worry. These parachutes are top of the line. Pull the cord and pop. You'll be floating through the air like a feather.
At any moment in the open world, simply pilot the Highwind to your destination and take a leap of faith. With the wind rushing past, you'll descend seamlessly from the sky above to the ground below. Where will the winds guide you first? That freedom is in your hands. But no matter your destination, to defeat your enemy, you'll need a fighting chance. And that starts with your trusted allies. At long last, with the world teetering on a blade's edge, everyone assembles at Cloud's side, forming an epic ensemble of heroes. Each with their own story that brings you closer together than ever. But a good unit needs more than friendship to save the day. It needs a disciplined combat regimen. The hybrid battle system, established in Remake and refined in Rebirth, is perfected in Revelation, putting even more power in your hands. In fluid, real-time action, seamlessly switch between party members to even the odds. Then, when the fight calls for strategy, enter tactical mode to unleash a suite of powerful new spells and abilities. Activate devastating synergies with your companions. And of course, call on mighty summoned entities that can turn the tide of battle.
I won't return to my coffin until we've put Sephiroth in his.
Vincent is a deft gunslinger, capable of delivering precise, high-yield shots. But there's more to this secretive former Turk than meets the eye. The result of experimentation at the hands of Shinra, Vincent can transform into the Galleon beast at the press of a button, gaining tremendous power while transformed. And when combined with the skills of a certain ace pilot, their high-impact synergies disrupt the fight with ferocious results.
The Leaping Lancer, the Dashing Dragoon, the one and only Sid Highwind.
Sid Highwind, the cantankerous pilot extraordinaire, joins the party and their mission to defeat Sephiroth. Sid's command of his lance allows him to rapidly close the distance for powerful strikes, or engage in sweeping area of effect attacks to bring a whole host of enemies to heel. But to fully control the battlefield, skill with a weapon only gets you so far. To further augment your combat capabilities, try this on for size. Function Integrated Tactical Suitwear, or the FIT system for short, allows you to further customize your playstyle with new uniforms imbued with unique movesets. Alongside your equipment and materia, FITS gives you an extra edge in battle. And to face what's coming, you'll need all the strength you can muster. Sensing its fate hanging in the balance, the planet itself has unleashed its last line of defense. The weapons. Ancient beasts that are larger than life and capable of untold destruction. Will you be enough to stop them before it's too late? As the world is torn apart, you and your friends must unite. In Revelation, we come to the thrilling conclusion of the Final Fantasy VII saga. And your mission is clear. Take up your Buster Sword, equip your materia, and stand together. One last time.
These skies belong to me. Hope you're ready.
All right, I paused it at that. Actually, hang on. Anything? All right, hang on. Looks like there's more. Oh, it's just them talking about it being on sale. All right, so that is the first time and not the last time that I've watched that video. So there was a couple of things where it was an emotional roller coaster for me. There's a couple of things where I was absolutely pumped right up. There was one thing, probably mainly one thing, and I had to write it down. I've got a piece of paper here. Hey, Misty. I wrote down, there was probably one thing that brought me back down a little bit, maybe two, but what I'm going to do, let's go back to the start. So, look, there was obviously right at the start.
Long story short, world's in trouble.
So what are we
Actually,
waiting
hang
for?
on. Sorry, that's weapon
Long story short,
right there, which I'm glad he looks a lot better. I didn't really like the way weapons looked in Rebirth, so let's hope they keep the weapons looking like the OG ones, but awesome.
world's in trouble.
So what are we waiting for?
Where was it?
Let's
Oh
give
yeah, I wanted to
Sephiroth
touch.
beating
Oh,
another lifetime.
Barrett's too busy talking about beating off Sephiroth for me to touch on it, but I wanted
As
to
we
quickly
reunite with our
touch
heroes,
on
the meteor
the
looms in the skies above, a constant reminder of
no,
your
not
mission.
that.
The
Come
grave
on.
threats you'll confront as you embark upon your journey and face the epic conclusion of the remake series. Expansive open world
forward.
yet.
Here we go.
From the outskirts of Midgard to the sun-drenched
Middeal is here. Now, there was a couple of people who said they hated where was it? Nah, I've lost it. Zach's Gongaga. That's it. Zach's hometown. Yeah, all good, Misty. This looks amazing. Multiple characters and the fact that Vincent is playable. Right there, Aaron. Right there. I've written that down. Look, I'll rip me piece of paper just so you can actually see it. These are the things. You probably can't read my writing because I write like a child. 355 Sid, 411 Magic Pot, 420 Vincent. Yes, that says Vincent. 501 Sid Battle, 530 Fitwear. That's the thing that got me upset. 6 weapons. We'll come back to that. We'll come back. But I wanted to touch on Medeal first. I didn't even write that down, actually. It look pretty much that sun-drenched Medeal archipelago. Will they go so crazy like Gongaga? I loved Gongaga. I loved the expanse, lush forestry style, but the bouncing around on mushrooms and all that kind of shit. I understand a lot of people are like, what the hell is this? Why are we doing that? Of course they got to use their model, Tifa, for showing off anywhere nice like this. The next place, for some reason, people are like, oh, hope we get to go to Wutai. I was like, what are you talking about? Why would we not go to Wutai?
Medeal Archipelago to the warrior nation of...
Boom. Now, if for anyone who has kept along on the way, Intergrade brought in Yuffie's story, Yuffie's backstory, actually, and I loved it. I went crazy for it, mostly because a lot of people don't actually realize, but in the OG, you like once you leave Midgar, you got the dirty black ring around it of just pretty much pollution. When you're on the world map, the first bit of grass that you can get to, like forestry, you can actually get Yuffie there. It is very rare. It's only like 1% chance of her being in a battle, or 5% chance. I can't remember the exact numbers. But so if you run around in that little bush bit, Yuffie can drop. Now, the issue that I always had with that was, why is she just lurking in trees outside of Midgar? Like, what's she doing there? Why was a ninja from Wutai on the other side of the world just in the middle of the bush? And I didn't think anything of it because, what was I, 1997, 86? I was 11 years old when I played it. So obviously back then I didn't really think enough about it. But later years, I did think about it. I was like, what was Yuffie even doing there? Is she just trying to rob people on the road? Like, is that a high traffic place? Is she trying to steal material because she steals ours? So yeah, that was... But in intermission, they touched on she was already in Midgar. They were doing their own actual special mission. She'd been sent there by Wutai. It gave so much more depth. I don't want to give any spoilers just in case people haven't played Intermission. But one, it gives huge detail of why she's in Midgar. And two, there's some big bads actually in Intermission. If you've ever played Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus, the big bads in that, I can't remember their names, but they... you're gonna have to forgive me. I've been on night shift. I'm still... just mind fog is terrible, but they Neo, damn, I'm gonna Google it and I'll put it in the chat later. But yeah, if you played Dirge of Cerberus, it was a great Easter egg towards them. All right, now 47 seconds. We'll keep going.
Simply pick a direction and set sail.
The High Wind was one. That was why I actually came here originally. I wanted to talk just quickly about this. Now, what do you think the special collector's edition is going to be for Revelations? I would like to bet money, unless for some reason it's already actually been announced and I missed it, but I would like to bet money it's going to be a High Wind. Like, Square Enix has been a real pain in the ass. Looking at you, Square Enix, with not releasing enough items to Australia. There was one with Sephiroth. Final Fantasy 16 had the big Ifrit. I would be pumped if it had a High Wind. I would be pretty stoked if it did have that. Because obviously, Remake, the part 1, they hyper focused on Midgar. They were like, no, we want to make Midgar feel like the world. It's the centerpiece. Midgar in the OG was pretty much the only place in the world. Like, when you left and you went to other places, you wouldn't really call them cities. That you'd call them maybe towns, townships, all that kind of stuff, but they weren't really cities. Call them out. I actually had the Ifrit. Oh man, I'd love the Ifrit. But yeah, I wouldn't call them cities like Midgar, and they said we want to make the remake feel as if Midgar is the centerpiece of the world, because that's what that's what Avalanche is trying to take down, and that's what Shinra is trying to build. So they done number one being this core little piece, then they went to Rebirth, and I wasn't 100% sold on the traveling system of Rebirth. I liked it. I like zones. I don't like open world as much when it's huge and you can just literally run off and go up over a mountain. I'm not a crazy big fan of just real blatant open world. I know some people will yell at me and they'll scream, and I'm most likely wrong, but I felt like Final Fantasy 16 really done the zones well, but the traveling can be hit and miss. To see this now with the Highwind parachuting off, I'm assuming you literally just call the Highwind like in the OG and it comes and picks you up. But the one thing I didn't put down on my piece of paper was chocobos. If they haven't detailed chocobos and they've brought this fitwear bullshit in, man, I'm going to be upset. So let's keep going. The Highwind, I just want to show the parachutes. Of course, they use sexy Tifa
Expected to protect the whole world at once.
to show it off.
You need to come
But
around fast.
I am not
watch this
jumping.
quickly.
No way, no how.
Don't worry. These parachutes are top of the line. Pull the cord and pop.
I don't know why
You'll
Vincent's
be
got a
floating
parachute.
through
He
the
can
air
fly.
like a feather.
At any moment in the open world, simply
Alright,
pilot the
let's-
Highwind to your destination and take a leap of
What
faith.
did I write down? Sid.
With the wind rushing past, you'll descend seamlessly from the sky above to the ground below. Where will the winds
The
guide
issue
you
is
first?
I was talking
That
a little
freedom
bit, so
is
now I
in
can't
your
remember
hands.
where it is.
But no matter your
Look at the
destination,
turtle.
to defeat your enemy, you'll
Okay, that's a little bit of chocobo, but it doesn't show any anything more. I want breeding chocobos. I want colored chocobos. Like I understand you probably don't need it anymore because obviously with the Highwind, but they haven't showed Knights are Round Table. There's so much
need a fighting chance.
that I need.
And that starts
I'm glad Reno's back, by the way.
with your trusted allies. At long last, with the world teetering on a blade's edge, everyone assembles at Cloud's.
Also, just seeing this one, there are a couple of people who are trying to say where are they going to start Game 3. I reckon they're going to start it at the northern, what was it called? High School Inn. Yeah, I'm interested to see. Even with the Highwind, I'd still use chocos for traveling. Yeah, look, I love the chocos. I really do. But in the OG, like when I spent hours after hours after hours breeding them chocobos until you get that gold chocobo and you can just run anywhere in the world. Like I feel like if they don't do it, it's probably going to be a big stain on the game for me. My personal feeling. I feel like they'll do updates later. Don't know, but for now, I feel like it'll be a stain.
Side, forming an epic ensemble of heroes, each with their own story that brings you closer together than ever.
Now I did write down
But a
Sid
good
at
unit needs more than
355, but we'll
friendship to
see.
save the day. It needs a disciplined combat regimen.
That's useful.
A
That's
hybrid
fine.
battle system established in Remake and refined
Also, we've got Vincent sitting down here. Limit breaks up. Both ATBs are
in Rebirth
built.
is perfected in Revelation, putting even more power in your hands. In fluid, real-time action, seamlessly switch between party members to even the odds. Then, when the fight calls for strategy, enter tactical mode to unleash a
Look, there's Vince in the background. So that's one thing that I actually really did like was with Final Fantasy Rebirth, you can actually see the characters of the party that they are not actually in your direct party in the background, because there's Vincent there. You can actually see Sid over here, but your main party is Cloud, Barrett, and Tifa. They're the ones who are actually doing the battle. So it's not as if they don't exist. I really liked that. That was a good little bit of immersion.
suite of powerful new spells and abilities. Activate devastating synergies with your companions.
Oh, that's right. Look. Oh, we've missed it. 411. I wrote down summon magic pot. I don't believe. Hang on, what have we got? That there, the real time fluid switching in fights. So go and open up some awesome. Yeah, I I struggle with it though. I must admit, I know I should get better, because you need to do it. You need to swap in and out, using all the synergies, doing everything. I do struggle with it. Maybe it's just the brain capacity. We'll see. But I don't remember Magic Pot being a summon in Rebirth. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe if Gem is there, she is one of our content experts as well. I'm actually doing a Rebirth playthrough, but I might push it off a little bit so I finish it just before Revelations comes out. But Magic Pot, I think, is a new summon. All right, 420, Vincent. So it's coming
Of
up.
course, call on mighty summoned entities that can turn the tide of battle.
Actually, we'll watch Ifrit because I love Ifrit anyway. He's I think Bahamut, like the Dragon King, is probably my all-time favorite summon. But if I really sit back, if you ask me, hey, what comes to mind, like just say the first word that comes to mind, Final Fantasy VII summons, it's normally Ifrit. Because he's the original summon you get in the OG, and he was there with you for most of it. Like, of course, Shiva was nice, and they get like as the game goes on, they get weaker, so you don't really use them too much later on in the game. But he was there. He was your companion. Boom. This is what, like, I remember in Rebirth, so many people were like, hey, we didn't get to play with Vincent, we didn't get to play with Sid. Like, that's bullshit. Like, we're nearly finished the game and then they haven't been usable characters yet. But Naniki wasn't a usable, or Red 13 wasn't a usable character in part 1. You only got to use him in part 2. So maybe they should have let you use Sid in part 2 and then Vincent in part 3. Dropped a side tune the whole way along. Like Intermission dropped Yuffie, but yeah, I don't know. Hang on, what do we got? Yes, Vincent. Remember this? Yeah, Dirge of Cerberus. It was on PS1. That's the one I was talking about earlier. They Intermission, Yuffie's side story. If you do remember Dirge of Cerberus, there was a couple of big bad guys at the end, from Underground. Deep Underground was the name of the place. They're actually in Intermission, so they're being made canon pretty much. They're part of the actual main story now, so it yeah, looks good. All right, let's keep going. We'll watch a bit of Vincent. Got his big ass hand cannon, and we'll come back.
I won't return to my coffin until we've put Sephiroth in his.
Vincent is a deft gunslinger, capable of delivering precise, high-yield shots. But there's more to this secretive former Turk than meets the eye. The result of experimentation at the hands of Shinra. Vincent can transform into the Galleon beast at the press of a button. Gaining...
Now, Vincent wasn't part of my main in the OG. My brother loved him. He loved his limit breaks, his Galleon beast and everything like that. I wasn't crazy for him. I think my main party was obviously Cloud. Sid was in there because he'd done bulk damage, and it always varied between, like, Aerith was in there until, spoiler, and then when she left, it depended between Naniki and Barrett.
Tremendous power while transformed. And when combined with the skills of a certain ace pilot...
Now, it just makes me laugh seeing Sid standing on the Galleon beast's shoulders.
Their high-impact synergies disrupt the fight with ferocious results.
The Leaping Lancer, the
Here we
Dashing
go.
Dragoon.
Now, hearing that statement there still pisses me off. I didn't write it down. I wrote down Sid Battle. I hope I don't upset too many people off in the comment section, but I am now, hate is a harsh word, but I'm going to say I hate his character now. I think Square Enix and I want to say the F word, but I'm gonna keep it as PG as I can because it's only 10:24 a.m. So what word would really correspond that way? I'm trying to come across that I'm very very mad and angry about it without swearing, and I don't know how to. But like if you think about Sid in the OG, when you first met him, he was the grumpy, swearing, drunk ex-pilot, pretty much beaten on Shira. And I said Shira, the missus, not Shinra. He hated Shinra, but they that's a whole different part of it. And he slowly got more livened up as the game went on. Then you got to go to space and you got to get the high wind, and he then got over his trauma, he got over his issues. He found out that Shira did save his life. It didn't actually ruin his chances of going to space because it would have blown up during takeoff. And he sort of went from this man who was just stuck. He was locked. He had nowhere he was going to go in life. He was like the rocket in Rocket Town was still, it was on a fall, it was slowly angling, he was trying to fix it still, he thought Shinra might still take him to space, blah blah blah, but he was stuck. He was lashing out at the world. He was angry and violent for it. But then you meet him in Rebirth and he's happy go Larry, he's smiling, he's laughing, he's talking to Aerith as if he knows her, as if he's got a connection to her. And then you hear this, the Leaping Lancer, the Dashing Dragoon, the one and only Sid Highwind. He's not egotistical like that. Like, I don't feel like they got his character at all. Maybe this is what they wanted to depict him by, and they failed that in the original. Maybe that's what it was. But I don't think they done it right. I think they could have done it a lot better.
The one and only Sid Highwind.
Sid Highwind, the cantankerous pilot extraordinaire, joins the party and their mission to defeat Sephiroth.
Don't get me wrong, I am looking forward to playing as a Dragoon or Lancer, whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, I don't know.
Sid's command of his lance allows him to rapidly close the distance
next
for powerful
scene.
strikes, or engage in sweeping area of effect attacks to bring a whole host of enemies to heel. But to fully control the...
Now, it's 10:25 a.m., but I get at least one swear word, and I'm gonna. It's like a PG movie. You're allowed to have one swear word throughout the whole entire movie, and you got to pick when you use it. You don't want to use it up too soon, because then you don't get it again. I get to finally use it. Now, what the fuck is this? Like, literally, what is FITS was the actual acronym they had. I wrote down FITWare, but what is FITS? Like, look at Barrett with this bullshit on, and you see Cloud, you see Tifa, like...
Skill with a weapon only gets you so far.
Look at, what the hell? Kate Seath in it. Like, come on. What is this? Who's this creepo creeping on us? Is that Sid up there creeping away?
To further augment your combat capabilities...
Try this on for size. Obviously, we've got everyone now. I know they had to do something different because obviously they've made them all standalone games that all tie to each other, if that makes sense. So by the end of Remake, you've maxed out your level at whatever, level 50, you've maxed out your materia, you've gotten Firaga, you've maxed out everything. So then they had to make Rebirth different. So then people would put another 100 hours into it. And then obviously now they've got to make Revelations different as well. But did they have to put in something like this? Like, if they turn around and they've got FITS in this, but they don't have Chocobo breeding, oh my god. Now, I've never done it, but I'll do it this time. I will write a letter. I'll write a letter to Shinra. I mean, Square Enix. That's who they are right now. They're Shinra to me.
Let's try this on for size. Function integrated tactical...
FITS. Freelancer. warrior. Like, do you unlock more classes? Are they the only classes that you've got? If we just slightly rewind, like, is that him normal as a freelancer? Because that was what he was. He was a freelancer, and now you get the warrior.
Function Integrated Tactical Super, or the FIT system.
This is obviously... Oh, so she's freelancer as well. Okay, so freelancer must obviously be the base class. But... Function Integrated Tactical Suitwear.
For short, allows you to further customize your playstyle.
Like, Tifa is now rocking up as a black mage? Pardon? Why? Like, can you must buy more. Because why is her Fitz a black mage? Like, why is it not a monk? Like, she fights with her freaking hands. Like, why is she like, and this leather, what's it doing? It's just so much.
With new uniforms imbued with unique movesets. Alongside your equipment and materia, Fitz gives you an extra...
It does show the little symbol next to her. Now, I didn't actually pay enough attention earlier in any of the battle scenes, whether they had the diamonds or the little symbol there. So maybe there's a couple of little spoilers, which I will check out soon.
You need all the strength you can muster.
See, Cloud obviously now has his, whatever the freaking hell his was, warrior. But it's got the little sword there. Tifa's still got hers. Red 13, what's he gonna actually be?
Sensing its fate hanging in the balance, the planet itself has unleashed its last...
I hate this
defense.
weapon.
The weapons. Ancient beasts that are large...
Just looks like shit. I don't like the weapons from Rebirth.
Larger than life and capable of untold destruction. Will you...
Now, to be playing... Like, look at Sid down here. But to be playing little mini games, like charging these up... I don't know. I don't know, Square. I think I've tried to defend them with a lot of their mini games and stuff like that, but I don't know about this one. Like it reminds me of Sin in Final Fantasy X and the battles with them, but I could see there'll be at least 80 hours. Oh, at least. Well, I put 100 hours into Rebirth. So if there is actually, honestly, if the game is the same size as Rebirth, I see another 100 hours coming from me. Now we've got obviously the barricade, 17,000 health. So we're obviously trying to protect this barricade.
Be enough to
trying to charge up the laser cannon.
As the world is torn apart, you and your friends must unite. In Revelation, we come to the thrilling conclusion of the Final Fantasy VII saga.
Now is that like a little... Not the fat chocobo. He's not little. Is this a little like a little game, or is this just before the slapping scene where Tifa slaps what was her name? Blondie? I can't remember her name now. She also has slightly larger personality.
The Final Fantasy VII saga, and your mission is clear. Take up your Buster Sword. Equip your materia and stand together.
Now we all know who that is. Obviously, she's just missing, missing a head.
One last time.
These skies belong
Chocobo.
to me.
Hang on, let's just go back quickly. Is there anything?
Last time.
Is that Choc? It's just jumped off, but yeah, I don't know.
These
Chocobos.
skies belong to me. Hope you're ready.
Now they sped it up towards the end. Obviously, we show like Barrett copping a flogging, and then the high wind. Now is the high wind now shooting the barricade at the northern cavern. I hope they don't do that. But like, what's if we just go back slightly? Yeah, I don't know. I'll give it a like. Now that I think is the weapon coming to attack Junin. That's where I think that's gonna be that scene. All right, so this is the other part that I was just talking to a couple of friends this morning on the on Facebook group, on the Facebook group. Man, I'm getting older and older by the moment. They hadn't actually announced part 3. They hadn't they were talking slowly, saying, "Yeah, look, we're on track. We're going well. We're doing this. We're doing that." Personally, for me, I feel like they held back until the hype hit. Nintendo Switch 2 Rebirth launched on the weekend just gone, or the week just gone, Wednesday. I don't even know what day today is, but let's just say within a week ago. So did they wait to see how, like, whether Rebirth could actually work on Nintendo Switch 2, and then they'd see whether they're going to launch this on Nintendo Switch 2 as well? I'm gonna drop Nintendo. I've said that way too many times. Just gonna call it Switch because everyone knows it's not on Switch 1. So when I say Switch, you know what I'm talking about. Or did they actually wait until it dropped on Switch, got all that hype back up hard, and then they dropped this to live off the coattails of the hype, and now it's obviously going. It's skyrocketing. So look at it. Now I also love that. Like, Cloud, obviously episode 1 in the remake, he's the lead picture. My girl Aerith is the picture of Rebirth, and honestly that scene just brings too much emotion. And then my man Sephiroth. Look, when I was a kid, I wanted to be Cloud. Now I'm 40 and I'm a bit more grizzled and grumpy. Sephiroth, I see a lot more of myself in Sephiroth. There are a couple of days when I'm sitting in traffic where I think, maybe I could wipe out the planet if I had that sort of power. But that's it. I just wanted to quickly touch base. There is another video I wanted to touch on. Guild Wars 3. They also announced at the same, obviously not Square, but Guild Wars 3 got announced today. Power World 1.0 got a final release date. It's actually been a pretty good day, but I'm gonna make this video specifically special for Final Fantasy. And if you see just slight little change, it's just the colors. Like, if you remember the OG symbol, how much more does that coloring have with the actual OG symbol? And is that coloring more towards Aerith's holy as well? You obviously had a little bit of red in there with the Rebirth and remake, but yeah, Power World, Aaron, I'm keen on. I played it obviously a little while ago, but I held off waiting for 1.0 release, and I'm gonna have another run at it, I guarantee it. But that's it. I just wanted to have a quick video. When I say quick, it's been nearly 40 minutes, but talking nonsense. I might even just go back to the start of the video and just play the whole entire video in one go with my camera off, and I'll see you guys in 5 minutes, and that'll be it. I'll wrap it up. But just in case anyone joined in late, they get to watch the video, and then we'll go from there. So I'll turn my ugly mug off once again, and see you all soon.
Long story short, the world's in trouble.
So what are we waiting for? Let's give Sephiroth the beating of a lifetime.
As we reunite with our heroes, the meteor looms in the skies above, a constant reminder of your mission, and the grave threats you'll confront as you embark upon your journey and face the epic conclusion of the remake series. Aboard the Highwind, your very own airship, and the pride of the Shinra fleet, you'll take to the skies and witness our most expansive open world yet. From the outskirts of Midgard, to the sun-drenched Medial Archipelago, to the warrior nation of Wutai. Simply pick a direction and set sail. But how can you be expected to protect the whole world at once? You'll need to cover ground fast.
I am not jumping.
No way, no how. Don't worry. These parachutes are top of the line. Pull the cord and pop. You'll be floating through the air like a feather.
At any moment in the open world, simply pilot the high wind to your destination and take a leap of faith. With the wind rushing past, you'll descend seamlessly from the sky above to the ground below. Where will the winds guide you first? That freedom is in your hands. But no matter your destination, to defeat your enemy, you'll need a fighting chance. And that starts with your trusted allies. At long last, with the world teetering on a blade's edge, everyone assembles at Cloud's side, forming an epic ensemble of heroes, each with their own story that brings you closer together than ever. But a good unit needs more than friendship to save the day. It needs a disciplined combat regimen. The hybrid battle system, established in Remake and refined in Rebirth, is perfected in Revelation, putting even more power in your hands. In fluid, real-time action, seamlessly switch between party members to even the odds. Then, when the fight calls for strategy, enter tactical mode to unleash a suite of powerful new spells and abilities. Activate devastating synergies with your companions. And of course, call on mighty summoned entities that can turn the tide of battle.
I won't return to my coffin until we've put Sephiroth in haste.
Vincent is a deft gunslinger, capable of delivering precise, high-yield shots. But there's more to this secretive former Turk than meets the eye. The result of experimentation at the hands of Shinra, Vincent can transform into the Galleon beast at the press of a button, gaining tremendous power while transformed. And when combined with the skills of a certain ace pilot, their high-impact synergies disrupt the fight with ferocious results.
The Leaping Lancer, the Dashing Dragoon, the one and only Sid Highwind.
Sid Highwind, the cantankerous pilot extraordinaire, joins the party and their mission to defeat Sephiroth. Sid's command of his lance allows him to rapidly close the distance for powerful strikes, or engage in sweeping area of effect attacks to bring a whole host of enemies to heel. But to fully control the battlefield, skill with a weapon only gets you so far. To further augment your combat capabilities, try this on for size. Function Integrated Tactical Suitwear, or the
Fuck off.
FIT system for short, allows you to further customize your playstyle with new uniforms imbued with unique movesets. Alongside your equipment and materia, Fits gives you an extra edge in battle. And to face what's coming, you'll need all the strength you can muster.
Say your day.
Sensing its fate hanging in the balance, the planet itself has unleashed its last line of defense. The weapons. Ancient beasts that are larger than life and capable of untold destruction. Will you be enough to stop them before it's too late? As the world is torn apart, you and your friends must unite. In Revelation, we come to the thrilling conclusion of the Final Fantasy VII saga. And your mission is clear. Take up your Buster Sword, equip your materia, and stand together. One last time.
These skies belong to me. Hope you're ready.
Boom. That fit still just makes me mad. Maybe it'll grow on me. Most likely it won't. But who cares? I'm just pumped that part 3 is finally out. Then you know what I want them to do? I want them to release a collector's edition box set of all 3 games. I'll buy 2. I'll keep one sealed forever, and the other one I will just play whenever I want. All right, gamers, thank you very much for coming in, having a watch with me. Hopefully it's a good enough breakdown. Everyone understands what's incoming. I think there'll be a couple of... I don't have the autism to compete. Mine is slightly different. to compete against some others. Like there's people who watch these videos, they will watch it frame to frame to frame, and they get crazy detail. I think we've done okay so far. Yeah, Asa, I reckon you're exactly right. They would be stupid not to release as a trilogy. I think they will, because it'll just print some more cash for them. I wonder what they'll do after 7, because 7's obviously absorbed years worth of their time. So we'll see. Hopefully they keep up some updates. They do some updates with it, but yeah, we'll see. All right, that's it. Thank you very much, gamers. Just I might be back with a little bit of Final Fantasy 14 tonight. I'm still not feeling 100%, but we'll see. Just remember, game has got a game, and it'll never be game over. Peace. Thank you.